What would you do if the hostage you kidnapped wasn't afraid of you? Instead, you became the prey in a blood-soaked game of cat and mouse. Welcome to your channel name. Today, we're diving into a haunting and unpredictable horror film, Dance of Blood. A story about 6 amateur criminals, a daring kidnapping plan, and a mysterious castle. But what awaits them inside is not a helpless little girl, but an ancient bloodthirsty creature. What makes this film so unique? Why does it send chills down the viewer's spines? Let's analyze and uncover it together right now. Dance of Blood is a unique horror film that masterfully combines the intensity of a crime thriller with the supernatural dread of vampires. Set against the eerie backdrop of an isolated castle, the story of 6 unfortunate kidnappers keeps the audience on the edge of their seats while leaving them pondering deeper questions about human nature. Here's an in-depth analysis of what makes this film a standout. 1. Plot: captivating and full of twists. The story begins with a seemingly foolproof kidnapping plan by 6 amateur criminals targeting the 12-year-old daughter of a powerful crime lord, a gifted ballet dancer. Their plan goes smoothly until they take the girl to an abandoned castle, where one by one, they meet gruesome fates. The film's major twist lies in the true nature of the girl. Far from being a helpless hostage, she is revealed to be an ancient vampire who has been sealed away for centuries by her family. This revelation not only puts the kidnappers in mortal peril but also uncovers dark secrets about the castle and its history. 2. Characters: multi-layered and compelling. The film doesn't just focus on its central vampire character but also delves into the personalities of the kidnappers. The kidnappers, each member of the group represents a different facet of human nature: greed, naivety, survival instinct. Their internal conflicts, fueled by fear and mistrust, not only doom their mission but also add emotional depth to the narrative. The vampire girl, she is the most fascinating character, with a stark contrast between her innocent appearance and her terrifying true self. Her ballet movements, which transition from graceful to menacing, are a visual highlight. 3. Setting: the castle and the shadows. The isolated castle serves as a perfect setting for horror. Its locked rooms, dim lighting, and eerie silence amplify the tension in every scene. The film makes excellent use of this space, turning the castle into a character of its own, both a haven and a trap. 4. Horror elements: art meets gore. The film combines supernatural horror with ballet in an unexpected way. The girl's ballet movements are not only mesmerizing but also lethal, luring her prey to their demise. The meticulously choreographed death scenes strike a balance between gore and artistry, leaving viewers both terrified and captivated. 5. Themes: greed and the price it demands. Beneath the layers of horror, the film delivers a profound message: greed always comes with consequences. The kidnappers, driven by their desire for a $50 million ransom, pay the ultimate price. The story also raises a question about the nature of monsters. Is the vampire girl the true villain, or are the intruders the real monsters for disturbing the castle? 6. Areas for improvement: detailed expansion and analysis. Although Dance of Blood has been praised for its uniqueness and creative horror elements, the film has some shortcomings. Addressing these areas could elevate it from impressive to iconic within the horror genre. The vampire's origin: an incomplete backstory. The character of the vampire girl is shrouded in mystery, but her origins and the reason for her imprisonment are only superficially explored. The film briefly mentions that the mafia family sealed her in the castle centuries ago, but it leaves several critical questions unanswered. Source of power: where does her vampiric nature come from? Was she born as a vampire, or did she become one through an ancient ritual? Reason for imprisonment: why did her family choose to seal her away instead of destroying her? Was it to protect a dark family secret or out of compassion? Connection to the castle: what role does the castle play in sustaining her powers or keeping her imprisoned? If the castle is integral to her story, more details should be provided to clarify this relationship. Expanding on her history and background would enhance the audience's understanding of her motivations and the overall depth of the story. The kidnappers' actions predictable and lacking in suspense. While the kidnappers are portrayed as amateurs, their actions often lack logic or creativity, making certain scenes less engaging. Lack of planning. Although their inexperience is highlighted, their failure to thoroughly investigate the castle or prepare contingency plans weakens the plausibility of their action. Reactions to danger. As members of the group begin to disappear, the survivors' reactions sometimes lack emotional depth. Instead of strategizing or fighting back in innovative ways, many simply panic or blame each other. Introducing more unpredictable reactions or resourceful attempts to survive would increase the tension. Character development. Some kidnappers are underdeveloped, making their deaths feel less impactful. By dedicating more time to their motivations and internal conflicts, the film could make their eventual fates more emotionally resonant. Pacing. The slow start. The film's opening, which focuses on the planning and execution of the kidnapping, has a slow pace that doesn't contribute much to the main plot. Trimming excess scenes. Certain dialogues between the kidnappers could be shortened or replaced with scenes that build the castle's atmosphere or hint at the girl's supernatural nature. Introducing horror earlier. Incorporating eerie elements earlier in the story, such as strange occurrences in the castle, would better capture the audience's attention. Storytelling style of weak connection between art and horror. While the ballet motif is a standout feature, its connection to the horror elements isn't fully realized. Significance of ballet. The film should clarify the role of ballet in the story. Is it simply the girl's personal interest, or does it relate to her history or powers? Integration with horror. The ballet sequences, while visually stunning, could be more intertwined with the horror. For instance, the choreography could be used as a method to lure or manipulate her prey, blending elegance with menace in a more meaningful way. Villain and evil not fully developed. Although the vampire girl is a terrifying antagonist, the film misses the opportunity to explore the concept of evil in greater depth. Developing the villain, providing insight into her thoughts, whether she kills out of instinct or vengeance, would make her character more memorable. Exploring the mafia family. The role of the mafia family in creating or controlling her power could add complexity to the narrative and highlight the moral ambiguities of the true villains. Conclusion. A potential for greater heights. These areas for improvement do not diminish Dance of Blood's uniqueness, but addressing them could transform the film into a horror masterpiece. By expanding the vampire girl's backstory, refining the kidnapper's actions, and deepening the connection between ballet and horror, the film could achieve a new level of creative brilliance. Dance of Blood is not just a typical horror film, but a unique artistic creation that skillfully blends blood-curdling supernatural elements with the elegance of ballet. With its strengths in setting, storyline, and character development, the film leaves a profound impression on its audience. However, further exploration of its untapped elements could make the story even more complete and unforgettable. This is a must-watch for anyone who appreciates novelty and intensity in the horror genre. Thank you for joining me in analyzing Dance of Blood. If you enjoyed this in-depth review or want to discover more fascinating films, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. Share your thoughts about this film in the comments below. See you in the next video. See you.